Craving bookish banter? Welcome to the Spilled Ink and Coffee Society.
I know. If our usual players don't show up, then we can always just talk our own books. Because let me tell you, I did a lot of reading this month. I was surprised.
I am on the. I just made 3 videos and I was working on editing.
Yay.
All 3 of them. I'm on the struggle bus and I don't know why.
So we just switch places. Hey, when you make your videos, is there a way before you send them to me or during your edits, can you add the closed captions?
Add the closed captions?
Yeah, the captions. Okay, so somebody on the TikTok messaged and was like, hey, you know what? If you guys would just put your captions on your videos, you'd get more viewers, FYI. And I was like, really? Are you going to tell me that's what's standing between more viewers and less viewers, or closed captions? So I don't know if you can do it. If you can, great. If not, I can do it when I put it up and through Canva. I just didn't know if you had that capability.
I think I do. I think I'm doing it right now.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Let's just try one with captions.
Okay.
Send it and let's see, because right now what I was doing, because your videos, everybody loves your talk videos with the book. And so Friday, I wound up putting up a couple of my old storytelling Star Trek stuff. But that's what they were like, go repost them all with captions and you watch your views change.
What?
So I'm like, all right, I'll see. I just need to experiment with it, Rachel, because we need a social media person that's better than me.
Well, it's stuck at 99%. It's generating the captions. So I was also trying to add a filter and it wasn't letting me do that. I don't know if CapCut's just having a slow day.
I think it has meltdowns every now and then. And then if you update your version.
Yeah, too many people are trying to use this feature right now.
Oh, okay.
That's the message I just got.
We'll try it again later then.
So I will try again later tonight because I've added the little book in the corner. But yeah, good times.
Okay. I mean, if it works out, great. If not, just send it to me and be like, I can caption it, and I'll be like, I'll caption it for you.
There's literally a button right here that says captions. I should be able to do it, no problem.
I don't know why I didn't see that on the CapCut when I'm using it on the desktop. I don't use it on my phone. But
Yeah.
it's cool. I'm like, at least people, we got people that were responding to some things on the YouTube, which YouTube actually doubled in followers in the last month. And I was like, that's weird, but that's good.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
It's going to be, people are listening, but not on social media.
Okay.
Oh, well, the other thing that they comment was, I need to start tagging more people. The @ that's what else they said. They said, hey, can you make sure you put your at all the things? I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. That might be also the issue.
Anytime there's an author, you should @ them.
Which I was doing, and then I stopped. But now I've been very focused for these next ones going up.
Well, I'm going to fuss with this later tonight because apparently too many people are using it right now.
It's so funny.
And I'll deal with it.
Cool. Andrew, are you coming to book club today? Well, because you got to sign in if you are and you need to go read your book. We don't know. But I see Danny's here. Hey.
Hey.
Yay. And Jerry, hooray.
I've been here. I just had to do some things.
All right, well, you do things. You heard us. We're just talking about stuff that we're still learning things.
All the things.
That's good. I know. So how is everybody? How's your reading been going, guys?
I'm almost through this one. I technically have 2 chapters left, but I've read most of it, and it's really good. So
I'm excited.
What about you, Jerry? How's your month of reading? Or are you going to bring in a blast from the past?
What does that mean?
Because you don't necessarily at book club need to be reading a current book. You could have just brought a book that you read from the before time and was like, I wanted to talk about this one today because I think more people need to know about this. And this is how I feel. Because it's bring your favorite. You don't have to read anything. But if you think this is giving you goals in life, then do that.
Yeah, gives me a reason to actually read.
So how'd your month of reading go?
Bleh.
Okay.
That's me.
That's what Rachel's saying. She's on the struggle bus with reading this month. And how many books do you think, because we're getting to the end of it, that you're going to be at?
Maybe 10, maybe.
Okay.
I'm on my 8th and 9th right now. I'll definitely finish those, but I don't know if I'll start or finish a 10th. And that's slow for me.
I brought notes.
It's composition book.
I love a good composition book.
Don't let it fool you, because this composition book is the Kindle Scribe. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, our friend had that. He was working on we were in Vegas, and we were flying back from Vegas, and it was new. It was so cool. He was showing my husband all of it. It looked so neat.
Well, Jerry just showed me the not newest generation of it yesterday, and I was like, whoa, Amazons.
So I created a custom PDF with extra note papers and then like all of the character sheets for the D&D game we're playing. So now I have a completely digitized character sheet that I can use on the Kindle Scribe.
Oh, how cool.
So I can just write on it.
It's just fascinating.
It's really responsive too. I really like how responsive it is.
He let me try it.
And was it really responsive, Casey?
I thought that this Kindle Scribe was like next level everything. I felt truly like I was writing in a book, but it was more magical because I could draw, I could erase. It's like I don't know how to describe it. I understood when you explained to me, Rachel, a while ago, like with Kindle, you get to do the highlighting and the note taking. And can you also write on each page?
No, not like, I mean, I could type.
But you can't. So like with Jerry, with yours, if I was reading on the Kindle Scribe, I could circle with the pen and write notes on it, right?
So, even better. Yeah. So this is actually in a PDF book. So not only can I just go, just like scribble out the top bits, just draw stuff on the bottom, and then.
What are you clicking on the side of your pen?
It's got a little button here.
Uh-huh.
I can find it. There you go. And if you do that,
then that acts as the highlighter.
I did a show with a guy who had that. And whenever, I'm here with my script, writing the notes the director's giving us, he had put the whole script on that Kindle and he wrote his notes directly in there because that's what he carried around. So
see, now that I think I can get with, because I would be not just highlight, but I like to write stuff.
And I do too. That's the one thing I don't like about, I read on my iPad more than my Kindle.
Okay.
But
that's what you don't like about the Kindle. Like I would love to write. I'm trying to write on my little tabbies, my little notes of why I highlighted this or what's important to that page, because I don't want to write in my book.
Oh, see, I'm all about writing in my books.
I know. I think it's just because that's what you did as a lit major, right? No?
Oh yeah, I still have all of my novels from college and they're all marked up. So, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Danny, do you write in your books?
No. No. That's like monstrous.
That's monstrous.
But I did actually use the book you gave me for this one. And have been writing in it for this one.
You've been journaling? Is that what you
Yes,
just said?
book journaling.
You started a book journal?
I started book journaling. Yeah.
Oh my.
Okay. Okay, I see him now, but like when he first came in and put his hand on your shoulder, it looked like Thing from Addams Family. Because all I saw was the hand and nothing else.
Say hi.
Rowan, did you read a book, Rowan? Are you bringing a book? Is he bringing a book?
I think he picked out a little Star Wars book, but he didn't read it.
Yeah.
He brought
He just
the
wants to
Mandalorian
talk
over
about
there.
it.
Yeah.
Kind of neither. He
Aw.
didn't even want to, like, we told him to go get a book. We're going to read it. He got a book, and then he just won't sit around. He has a hard problem sitting still.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's hard to
well,
get him to still.
So
okay.
maybe next
That was
month.
step one.
We're going to do it next month.
Next month, he's going to have a headset and join us.
I'll set something up.
If you need a headset, let us know. We probably have another one around.
Still got the last one you guys gave me.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And I have like this 12 others that he's broken.
How?
You know how you did it.
Magic.
What do you
So,
mean? I can't
Rachel,
get...
He's trying to take
Rachel,
my
what-
headset.
He's starting to take it now because he wants to hear what we're talking about. Rowan. Hi, Rowan. Hi. Rowan, did you read a book that you're going to tell us about today?
Yeah.
What book? What book did you read?
Is it the Mandalorian book you gave me?
No.
No, you got a different book?
Yeah.
What's your favorite book?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite book?
Why?
Why? He's so cute. He's getting all the words out now. Rowan, go get your favorite book and show it to us.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, give mommy back her headset and then she'll give it back to you. Okay, good job.
Daddy. No. No, Mom.
Go get your favorite book, buddy.
Go get your book.
We need to see it.
Go pick out your favorite book.
Go get your favorite book. I don't have it.
He's on
That
a
is your
mission.
favorite? Okay. Well, he just grabbed the Mandalorian book again.
All right, that's his favorite. And he could just show it and give us thumbs up or thumbs down.
We have read it like 3 times already.
All right, good.
Previously, so. You say pulling out an oldie but goodie.
Yeah, he took it to the couch and is reading it.
Oh, he's going to read it now? Perfect. We'll let that happen.
And now he's watching TV.
Oh.
Rowan, bring the book over here. He stole my phone.
Yeah, he stole your phone too.
Bring me my phone and the book.
Ah.
All right, give me the phone.
Danny, what are you sipping on?
Coffee.
What kind?
Just black. Christmas blend left over from Starbucks Christmas blend.
Perfect.
The individual packets.
What about you, Rachel? What were you sipping on?
Dunkin'
mug.
Donuts K-cup blend in my
In your princess cup?
once a princess, always a princess mug because it's so big. This is the best mug ever. This and my Star Trek mug because they're so big.
Oh, Star
This
Trek.
one
I'll
is
tell-
one of my favorite, but it's Halloween, and I just realized I'm drinking Christmas coffee in my Halloween
I
mug.
love it. All of the holidays all together.
That's pretty much her in a nutshell, anyways.
What's Jerry having? What are you sipping today?
Melted ice.
Okay. I'm on hot lemon and water. Yes. That's
I
it.
literally just have ice and I'm eating the ice and drinking the water as it melts.
Okay.
I do have some water. I'm trying to be good. I have some water.
Yay.
I got a weird. I'm sitting in church this morning and get a Charlie horse sitting in church, and I'm like, okay, I guess I need to drink some water.
Have you worked out at the gym recently?
Yeah, yesterday, but
All right. So you didn't drink water after your workout.
I thought I did, but
Hey, yo.
I guess
Okay.
otherwise.
Is the book? Did we do it? Is the book good? He's in a new world.
Where'd you put your book? It's mommy's fan.
Oh, look, Jerry's in the background waving because she took off her background. That's great.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I can show you my.
See
Oh,
my guy's
good.
Otherwise, it blurs. But
I
yeah.
love that.
Oh, look at that handwriting.
Someone turn off the sun.
Yeah, the
Wait.
sun is messing it up.
Your handwriting is so pretty.
Thank you.
Use the page to block the sun.
We need. I
She's-
love that.
When
She's just getting started, Rachel. Wait till you get you two connect in person. Then she's gonna see your journal and be like, okay, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
hi. That's Rachel. You say hello to
I'm
hello to
Rachel.
Rachel.
Hi.
Hi, Rowan. How are you? Okay.
Just did a raspberry. I don't think the mic picked it up.
I will take all of
Loaded.
that.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh, you want the fan on?
Me.
On you.
Pretty sure he was signing that he got to play the Star game today.
Aw.
Yeah,
Played Star Citizen.
Star Citizen, and he was flying all by himself.
Oh my, he's doing better than me, Rachel.
Bye bye.
That's impressive.
Hi, Rowan.
I
He's now.
I play
over
Star.
Jerry.
I play Star Citizen and I fly backwards on fire. He does.
Yeah, every
it
time I
and
try to
he's on
fly a plane in that or a spacecraft, I end up crashing it.
Her first time flying, she decided to ram it into a space station. And that just gave me a look like I did it. No,
it. This
what?
sounds correct.
It happens.
Sounds very, very correct.
It happens.
Stop. Stop.
You stop.
So you.
No, you stop.
Aw.
Stop.
So, Rachel, what book did you bring today in
No,
your
you stop.
8 books that you thought you weren't reading enough?
Well, I've only actually read, I think I've only read 6 so far.
So let's just clarify. Reading, guys, it includes your audio books.
7. I've read 7.
Includes fictional podcasts that are longer than 10 minutes, maybe.
So
7.
I brought the one that I did my last video on, the poet Empress, just came out
Okay, fascinating.
by Shen Tao. I think it's probably actually pronounced Tao, but it's Tao. That's what I brought.
Okay. Which is blowing up on the TikTok.
I don't know. I got it
Like, yeah, where did we find
NetGalley.
this book?
NetGalley.
Oh, so this isn't out for everybody yet.
It's out now. It came out Tuesday. But I got it on NetGalley about a month ago. I just hadn't read it. And then it popped up in one of the Goodreads challenges for this month. So I was like, well, I'll take care of 2 birds with 1 stone, and I'll do a NetGalley review and get a Goodreads challenge in. So
Wow, you just did a lot there.
yeah, it was good. It was different. It was really different.
So why did you pick this from NetGalley? Like, did it just popped up and you're like, sure, cool? Or
Yeah, it popped up and I loved the cover of it.
show it again. Everybody needs to see it again.
Hold on.
Oh, because you audioed this one.
No, I read it on my Kindle. Oh, why am I freezing? As I drop my phone, that's the cover. Anybody see that? I don't know.
Yeah, that one is pretty.
Yeah, it's magical realism, but it takes place in China. So it was just, I loved the cover. I thought it looked interesting, and then I ended up really liking it. So
Okay, so you start reading it, and were you into it right away?
Yeah, it definitely like followed kind of that like rags to riches, like she's the poor farmer, rice farmer, families, living in the villages that are starving, and she tries and does get picked to be a concubine for the heir to be the emperor. And then he ends up picking her to be his empress.
So let me just ask about the title. It says the poet Empress. Where's the poet part come in?
So all of the way the magic works in this world is through writing. So the magic is all in poetry form. You have to write a poem for there to be magic. So it's just like the royal line are the ones that have not other people can write to and create magic, but the royal line is the one who can write blessings. So like you think of like Chinese New Year when they hand out the red envelopes or the blessings and all of that. The emperors or the princes write all these blessings to send out to, it might, a tree might bloom, or a field might, or somebody might get new clothes. Like there's all these blessings, but the actual like all the princes have different kinds of magic. Like some are like food magic, like can create fields and crops. Some create like roads and buildings and infrastructure. Like one of the princes creates the Salt Road, and it's all written through poetry. So as he's writing his poetry, and it's illegal for women to know how to read and write. So women can't have magic, and they're not allowed to know how to read and write because their job is to have kids. So she bucks the system and gets someone to teach her how to read and write. So she discovers as she's reading, she starts to write poetry and discovers that she has magic too. So that's what kind of really drew me to the book, was the idea that the magic is all through poetry.
Okay. Now I'm taking a minute and I'm looking at the book, and the physical book, when you open it up, it has these beautiful paintings inside. Do you get to see these images in the Kindle?
No.
Okay. Just food for thought.
But keep in mind, I had the NetGalley. I had the preview
That's right,
version.
the preview. Well,
So
this will be very interesting. I'm very curious to see this one in its physicality.
Every time you have to keep that in mind with the NetGalleys. There might be typo, there might be spacing mistakes because it's the unfinished version that you're getting. So what stood out about this writing style? I mean, do you know much about the author? Did you do any author research?
This
is her first. She's from China, moved to Canada. She's currently living in Canada. This is her debut novel. She's I want to say in real life she's a scientist, I think is what I read, and this is something that the debut writing for her. It was easy storytelling. It was easy to read. The battle scenes weren't long and drawn out to the point where, sometimes you get a battle scene and you're like, okay, I got it. We're stabbing each other. Okay. Yep. More bad things are happening. So that wasn't super drawn out. I liked her storytelling, and I liked her characters.
Well, then tell us who your favorite character is, or characters.
Wei is probably my favorite character. She's the poet Empress. Her dry, like her, can't find my words, like her influence, the reason why she's doing everything she's doing is to help her family and other people. Like there's a moment where you could tell she almost gets caught up in all the politics. There's a lot of politics, like a lot of court politics and trying to frame and trying to find like the ins and outs of, I guess, being fancy royal people. And there's a moment where she almost gets caught, but she never does. She's got other motivations. And I liked that her motivations really didn't change.
Which is to help her family.
Not just her family, though, but like all those who have less.
Wow. That's actually a pretty big, is that the main idea then of this story?
Yes. Like she's like, it's constantly, I think because, she's a rice farmer. Her they're rice farmers, and she comes from nothing to this insane royal life, and she can't believe that people live like this when 2 days away there's villages who are starving.
So the magic that she's creating, since she's now a poet, and now she's using the magic illegally to bring everybody the things that they don't have. The one time she uses her magic really twice in the whole book, because she doesn't really discover she has magic until over halfway through the book, because she doesn't know how to read until halfway through the book. She helps someone, she saves their life, but it's like, it is literally, she will be killed if they find out she can read. And if she performs magic, that means she can read. So catch-22.
Yeah, so she's so fearful of using her magic, because that will mean not only will she be killed, but anyone around her, like her servants who know she can read, they'll be killed. So it's one of those, and when I've read other Chinese stories, it's a similar thing. It's not just you, it's your whole family. So she knows if she's killed, they're going to go after her father, her mother, her brother, like everybody back at the village. So it's a very thin line. She's working the magic, for a purpose. I'm not going to give it away, but there is a purpose for the poem that she's writing. But she's afraid to use any sort of magic outside of that because of the consequences for everybody around her. Because they'll find out she can read.
Which is terrible. Everybody needs to be able to read, in my opinion.
I think that's what was the interesting thing in the book. It was the combination of the magic was through poetry and the fact that women weren't allowed to read.
So were there any
a unique premise?
Were there any characters you didn't like?
I did not like Cillian, who I'm probably mispronouncing it, but she was Maro's wife. Wei ends up marrying the second son, Taryn. The older son, Maro, was originally supposed to inherit the throne. Dad disinherits him. So that's how Taryn, the second son, is now the heir. Maro's wife, Cillian, I did not like her from the beginning.
Was she jealous? Was there jealousy? Like,
No.
Why did you not like her? What was it about
I didn't trust her. There was something
Ah.
about her that I did not trust. Taryn is not a nice person.
So did it come as the book kept going on? Like, were your suspicions correct?
I don't want to give that away.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's fine.
It's hard because there's there's not a ton of really good people in this book. Like Taryn, who she marries, who's going to be emperor, is not a good person. But you find out why he's not a good person. Like so then you feel sorry for him, but there's just not an overabundance of truly good people. So you cheer for Wei because you want good to win.
Okay. And is there a powerful or memorable scene? But this also sounds like there's maybe some things that are super powerful and memorable, not because they're happy, but because they're tragic. Just share something that just hit your heart.
There's a moment where Wei is accused of being able to of knowing how to read, and she has to go through this trial of proving that she can't read.
How do you prove that you can't read?
So they put 3 poems in front of her, and of course she can read them, and it's all magic. So 2 of the poems, if you copy them, like copy the lines and drawing, not understanding what you're writing, if you copy them, the spell is going to cause her great pain. The third poem, nothing happens to her. So they're going to test, and if she picks that one, then they know she can read. But they do this to her 15 times. Like, she does the test 15 times. So more than not, she's picking to hurt herself because she doesn't want them to think she knows how to read. She doesn't want them, if she's just picking the one that's not going to hurt her, then and she's just trying to, she knows she can't show them that they can read, but then they go after her entire household, like all of her servants, that's who she's close to, because she's teaching them how to read. The women and the poor servants who aren't supposed to be allowed to read either, she's teaching them how to read. So after she goes through, she's like basically dying from cutting herself open again and again through this trial, then they go and wipe out her entire house. And it's like, how do you come back from that? It was just
wow.
It was painful, but she just, I have to do this. That was a lot.
Wow.
And just the idea that, you have to prove that you can't read.
That's what I'm like. That's why I ask, how do they do that? Because I wouldn't know how to do that.
That's how you prove it.
That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So it sounds like there's more than one theme or main idea here. Sort that out for us.
I wouldn't say more than one main idea. I think it's just about what are your motivations, and her motivations were her family and her village and helping those who are less fortunate, no matter what happens to her. That's always, I think that's probably the theme or the main idea or the main message that is coming across. It's also,
so we're reading this.
As far as I know, it's a standalone, but I can totally. That's one thing that I liked. I think a lot of times with these like magical realism fantasy books, it's like halfway through the book, the author decides, "Ooh, this could be a series," and all of a sudden, like the end, like it's just like, just write the book. The series will come if the series is supposed to come, and
right.
That's how I felt about this one. Like, it was a standalone book. It had an ending, but it very, very easily could become a series. I could really see how she could pick this up and turn this into, and I hope she does, just because it's so different. The magic system is so different. I think that was what was cool. Like, she wrote a book. She wrote one book, and it wasn't like with the intention of, I'm going to have a cliffhanger so people have to buy, or I have to get a book deal, or whatever the case may be.
She just wrote a book because she loved writing a book. So does this book, obviously it made you think differently about books in general, or brought you back to, hey guys, it's okay to just write one book?
Yeah, well, I've always thought, because that's been one of my pet peeves with some of the romantasy books that I've been reading lately, is like everybody wants a series. Like everybody wants to have a series. It's like, it's okay to just have a book.
I like those ones where you feel satisfied.
But there, you can tell there's room for something else, but I have a very clear ending here.
Okay. So there's room, not necessary.
Right.
Do you have a favorite quote? Did you write one down yet? Did you journal this yet?
Yes, I did. There's probably two.
Okay.
He was brilliant, I thought, but he was the wrong kind of brilliant. And then, and even the ancestors know that women have been long starved for power.
Wow. That one's pretty heavy.
Those
Wow.
are my two favorite quotes.
That's a good quote.
Yeah.
Do the ancestors talk to the main character? Oh. Sometimes I like when we start doing.
I mean, they've talked to the. I mean, they talk to the
goes one way.
ancestors, and they pray to the ancestors, and there's a couple ghosts. There's a couple ghosts.
Oh, okay, good. I like that. It sounds like it could be that kind of story.
There's a couple. There's a couple ghosts.
I love that. Is there anything that you wish was done differently, or something you would rewrite?
The only thing that I would change is that it's kind of, part of it is told in flashback. Like, she gets her hands on Morrow, the older brothers, she gets her hands on his journals, and that's how we discover the backstory and the history between the brothers and the family and all of that. I would have liked those chapters to have been labeled. That's that. I wish they had, or somehow I knew once I started reading the chapter that these were from the journal. I would have liked either the writing to have been italicized or a label, something. But again, I have to remember that I was reading an advanced copy, so that might be something that is in
the physical book now.
Yeah, that's my own. But I think that's because I have a hard time recently. Like, I read another book that an audio. I have a hard time when you switch back and forth between either past, present, or different characters. I need to know. I need to know from the outset. Okay, this is going to be told from this character. This is going to be told from the past. I need that labeled. But that's just me. That's the way my brain works.
No, because I had the same problem with a book recently that I did not space out the airlock but left at the airport. So I agree with you there. I do. Anything that was a plot hole there or that didn't make sense as a debut book, do you think everything worked? No holes?
I think she had a well thought out magic system. She had a well thought out society. Obviously, a lot of it was based in history. Talk about the Salt Road. The Salt Road actually existed. Apparently, though, in this book, it was created through magic. So, there's. I thought she did a really, really good job.
It sounds like it. I'm curious. I've got the author up now, so I could read more of her bio. just because when you said that, you think that she was a scientist, right? Is that what you said?
Did I make that up? Could have made it up.
I don't know. That's what I want to know, because this sounds like because you said her system was well thought out. So to be able to have a system, a magical system, I would imagine you would have to have some kind of.
Well, I think the thing that's totally different with the difference between like magical realism and, I don't know, Danny or Jerry could probably chime in on this one too. Like the difference between like magical realism and like fantasy romantasy, it's different. Like, because the magical realism is still so based in reality, it's like real China with a little bit of magic. Like, oh, there's a dragon flying around. Okay. But like fantasy is so left field. I don't know. I'm probably not. I don't know if you guys can describe that better. That's just, magical realism is different.
So she was an engineer.
Okay.
So you were pretty close. But go ahead, chime in, guys, because I definitely know that.
I was just going to say that more when you're dealing with like a genre fantasy, you're dealing more with having to actually build an entire magical system.
Yes.
So you have to make the rules of how the magic works, what counters the magic, how it flows. Is there a pipeline or a process to it? Is there a school? Is it broken? You know, there's a whole system that you have to kind of engineer behind it. Versus when you're getting to like magical realism, you're just kind of, things are happening in a realistic way. You're just creating the impetus behind it, the cause of it to be magic. It kind of goes to that whole thing. Any significantly advanced technology is going to seem like magic. It's kind of that whole thing. It's kind of basically saying like there's some sort of technology or science going on that's causing these things to happen that happens in the real world. We just don't know the mechanism behind it. Therefore, we're just going to call it magic.
And you're not building an entire world here. Like there's that whole world building idea that I think you can build a magic system that could be technology, it could be straight magic, but when you take the extra step of I have to also build an entire world that's separate from here, then that adds another layer of complication.
Especially because it does weave itself into the world building process too, because you have to think of how that magic is going to affect their reality. If you have the ability to float up to the next level of a building, you're not going to make stairs or an escalator. Right, so technology is stunted. But if there's just some sort of magical process that happens that you don't necessarily understand, then you would still have to create technology. So
yeah. See, and I think that speaks to, you know, her background in engineering. So in Publishers Weekly, she's did a very short interview. So she is Canadian Chinese. And they asked her, is this a romantasy? And she said that this is not at all what she intended it to be, a romantasy, and that this is published with Tor and Tor's romance Bramble. So
it's published with Bramble.
Right, which is Tor's romance division. According to what this article is saying.
But Bramble doesn't publish they're not just romantasy. I mean, there's no way this is romantasy. No way.
That's interesting because that's what she's saying. Publishers Weekly said, you know, why is this considered romantasy? And she doesn't personally consider it that, and neither do you.
No.
I thought Bramble usually tends to do like not just softer stories, but generally more human stories. Less, obviously, a lot of romantasy and romance in there, but yeah, I think they generally tend to stick to more like human stories, less big action and events.
I'm thinking back to, I would have to grab my other journal to all the other Bramble, and I've read quite a few Bramble books, and I would not classify them as like romantasy.
Interesting. Well, neither does the author, but a lot of the publishers.
Well, then they read the wrong book because
obviously they read the wrong book.
there's no sex in this book.
Which is probably something that you need in a romantasy. She said that this how did the story come to be? And the author goes to say that, you know, she's been writing for 10 years in addition to being an engineer, and no one would publish her. She had her system and she had her magic and she had her outlines, and she just didn't have the story until she wrote a love poem.
Which makes sense because a lot of the magic in this book is based off of they call it a heart poem.
Wow. She said before you can give somebody the power to kill another person, she first felt that she had to write a poem about love.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. Having this conversation evolve in things that I'm very curious. This is one of those ones where I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll pick this one up and read it. So Rachel, are you recommending this? And
Absolutely.
Why?
I just because, well, you hook me when the magic has to do with reading and writing. Like, you got me. I'm like, it's different. You sold me. I love a good rags to riches. I love a good female empowerment. I mean, a woman controlling her own destiny, even though it looks like she doesn't. Yeah.
All the ingredients are there.
All the things I like.
So other than you, who else is going to enjoy this book?
I think Danny's going to love it.
Mm.
I don't know. It seems like, just based on some of the books you've talked about, like, this might be up your alley.
It definitely sounded interesting, but the not knowing who's speaking, that I do struggle with that. So was that really bad?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's just the switch at the beginning of a chapter, and
okay.
it's not told from anybody else's point of view. It's just she's reading his journals.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do hate that when it's like you're reading and then you think it's someone and then you realize, oh, wait a minute, and you go back and it's like, oh, yeah.
No, you know who's talking. I just wish there was like a label, like 10 years ago, Morrow's, like, that's all I wanted. I knew who it was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sounds interesting then.
How much lemon cake is in it?
No. Shoot, it's not lemon cake. It's it's a Chinese cake. Oh, it's like it's Terran, the future emperor. It's like his favorite treat as a boy, and they talk about it over and over again, and I didn't write it down. But it's a cake, and now that you mention it, I should have written it down.
Oh my! Ooh, is it
Call
a
back
moon?
to last month.
Is it a moon cake?
No,
They don't call it a moon cake. Well, I'm not going to try and pronounce the words that Google provided me for checking it out.
No.
But everybody should read the book so then they can find out. But being this a standalone story, this sounds like this could be just like a one-off movie, and it would be super cute and adorable. So, who's producing the movie? Netflix, Disney, blah blah blah. And then who's the main character? Who you're going to cast?
I don't want this to be a movie. I don't want it to be ruined.
Oh, okay.
I think
like they did with Ink Spell.
I think there's too many.
There's too many moving parts.
Well, especially like I look back on two different things, like Game of Thrones and The Witcher. Like, so with Game of Thrones, they start the TV series, and he's clearly never finishing the books because he's off in George R.R. Martin land, and that pisses me off to high heaven. I'm like, finish the series. So I don't want him to do that to it, where, oh, let's sell it, let's start producing it, and then, oh wait, she still hasn't written don't do that. Or where you turn around with The Witcher and Netflix, where you go so long in between seasons that you're like, wait a minute, what happened in the last season? Why do I care about this person? Wait, do I have to go back and watch all the seasons again? I don't want. Just let the book be. Just let the book be.
Okay, that's what she said, friends. Let the book be. What's the reader going to find in these pages that they didn't expect?
Dragons.
Oh.
I mean, yeah. Dragons that are connected to the crown.
And then if the final page could speak, what wisdom shall it impart before closing the book?
Reading is life. Reading leads to education, leads to better things. Everybody should be able to read.
I agree. And with that,
yeah.
Rachel, you get to pick who is going next and who you want to talk to about their book. Because we all read here. We're allowed to.
Oh boy. Hey Danny, you want to talk to me?
Sure. Okay, so I have 2 chapters left on this, but this all started from, you know how like on Facebook and Instagram you'll see these like history things, but they're AI generated, so they're not legit. And it's like, okay, so it was one of those things that showed this lady that was pregnant, medieval looking times. They're like, see how she died in childbirth, the real story behind blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, it was one of King Henry's the VIII's wives kind of thing. So I'm like, I was intrigued, but I knew it was like do your research to see if it's fact check it, you know. So I actually looked up the real history of this lady, and it was King Henry VIII's 3rd wife. And yeah, she did die, but not in childbirth. It turns out she got like what was known as childbed fever kind of thing from unsanitary conditions of the times. Okay, so then that got me like, hubby's a history buff, so I start picking his brain like about, you know, because I know like current royals, but not, you know, previous like that. So I'm like, okay, so I start picking his brain. He gets up and he's like, you know what? I have 2 books for you. So the first was this one that I ended up reading, which is The Plantagenets. And the little text says, A History of England's Bloodiest Dynasty from Henry II to Richard III, 1154 to 1485. And then he has another one I'm going to read after this that goes into the Kings of England. But this one has been fascinating. So that's what I read this book.
Who's the author?
It is by Ben Hubbard, and it does read dry because it's a history book.
Okay, so it's nonfiction.
But if you're like wanting to know about this stuff and like all the stuff I'm finding out, it's been very fascinating. So I actually book journaled. I'm starting my book journaling journey. So, and I went with like old Gothic writing, and
I love it.
Yeah, there we go. And different stuff like that. And I came up with a system of from 1 to 5. 1 being go hang yourself, 2 knave, 3 nay, 4 yay, and 5 huzzah. And I actually gave this one a huzzah. So it got highest rating.
That is like seriously the best rating system ever.
And I thought from my book journaling journey is going to be unique to each book, so it'll change each time. So yeah.
Wow. I love that. And that's the cool thing about book journaling is it's got to be yours. Mm-hmm. So I love that. Like you're gonna theme your scale to the book. I love that.
So what I did with this is how I have it so far for my first book journaling one is the book, the title, the author, and then that system. Rating was huzzah. Recommend yes. Genre is history. That's 9 chapters, 217 pages. And then I did interesting facts. And so far, these have been my interesting facts about it.
Give it to
which
us.
Is the Castle of Dover was constructed by Henry II. I did not know that. So that was an interesting fact. And then Henry II, he actually began the legal system that formed the laws for Britain and America. Stopped trials by ordeal and combat for judges, common law, and courts, which is used today. And not out of concern for his people, but to fill his coffers. So it's like, that was interesting.
All about the money.
Yep. So he came up with the whole coffers and filling those coffers with fines and fees. And then we move on to King Richard I and King John. So if you think of those, that's like Richard the Lionheart and
like
King
Robin
John.
Hood?
Like Robin Hood. Yeah. And they actually both were ruthless and cruel. So everyone thinks like, oh, King Richard, and there's statues of him like as being like the great, like this great like, we see Sean Connery in the friggin' movie.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what I
but-
was saying.
Yeah. But no, he was actually really cruel too in real life. So they were saying Richard known as the Lionheart and as an English hero, but he cared not for England. It said that he had actually only spent like 6 months of his kingship in England. The rest of the time he was off fighting wars and stuff. So that was interesting because he was in the Crusades. So
Okay.
like, yeah.
Or
so-
fighting in France.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, so King Henry III, another interesting fact was he ushered in the age of the beginning of Parliament. So that was cool to learn about the history of like the beginnings of the Parliament system over there. So that started then. And then most of them, what I found also interesting, most of the kings died from dysentery. So so I looked into this and Jerry's like, yeah, and he's explaining this. So I delved deeper, but it's like bad hygiene. They had no concept of germs, poor living conditions compared to today. Like even like the poorest person today would be like way higher up with just knowing basic germ theory, like compared to like it's sort of really gross.
Didn't they? I thought I remember it. Like I read some of this that like they didn't have access to clean water,
Yeah.
so they
But
drink like ale all the
Yeah,
time because
That's
there
what
wasn't.
Bobby was saying. That actually is what helped.
Beer
keep
and
them
wine
alive.
saved the world because you
Yeah.
actually had to cook it to distill it, and
I was
that
telling
killed the germs.
Too, like you would, even if you didn't know about germ theory and stuff, should still notice smells and like washing your hands, even if it is just like in water. Like,
Well, I mean, they did know to wipe with their left hand and shake with their right.
just saying.
Like, they
So-
at least knew that.
All of that was a bit shocking to the degree I realized, like, ew, like medieval times, not like the tournament that you go and eat at. No, it's not like that.
Most people, they're like, ew, it's so gross. We're eating with our fingers.
Yeah, it was worse than that.
It's like, yeah, you're eating with your fingers, but in medieval times, you would have also just
You would have had
you know,
poop on your fingers.
scraped out your
And thus
backside.
the dysentery. Thus the dysentery.
Also, stop talking bad about Terry. That's how you get killed. Dysentery will always get you hurt.
Dysentery.
Dysentery.
Ba-dum-bum.
Bad jokes.
So other ones were so King Henry III. He spent large sums to rebuild Westminster Abbey. It was like the equivalent of 2.5 times the king's pay back then for one king. And they said it was like equivalent of like 40 million today, but that is still used today for like coronations and stuff. So that was interesting. And
All
then
buried
when I got
there.
into the Edwards, like you had Edward the First, Second, and Third, and like essentially Edward the First started crap with Scotland, and it would still be going on to Edward the Third. So like Edward the First, he wanted Scotland as his own. Then that started the uprising with William Wallace, and and then Robert the Bruce. So you had that, but then his son Edward II was still having to like deal with Robert the Bruce, and he got his ass kicked by Robert the Bruce in the Battle of I think it was called Bannockburn or something like that. Yeah, and it had the largest. This was interesting. So they had largest English army. They had 25,000 infantry. The English did, and 2,000 cavalry. To Robert the Bruce's, he only had 500 cavalry and 6,000, but they literally slaughtered them because they used the terrain and the boggy marshes and all that crap to their stuff. So it's like the whole time I'm reading this, I'm like thinking of Braveheart, and like actually fact checking, like, okay, what part of this is like, yeah. So that was cool. And then Edward III, he was still having to deal with truces at the time where older Robert the Bruce, until the next king of Scotland came in, and he would like make a truce with them and be like, fine, you're your own country, but then he'd be like, he'd get a hair up his butt and be like, I want to take Scotland, and start wars with them. So Edward III, he actually designed Windsor Castle, which I thought was interesting too, because that's used today still. But yeah, he actually let's see. Oh, he brought back so you had like the tournaments and stuff, but he's the one that actually brought in like having the noble ladies there to like encourage the men and stuff. And then because you had so many at that time of trying to figure out whose family is what, the heralds had to really be on it of like breaking down who like whose family line to be able to explain that to the ladies, and then they'd have a lady in waiting, and when they won, they'd win the horses and the crown and give that golden crown to a lady in waiting. So that's sort of where that medieval time stuff came in. So that was interesting with that. But yeah, and then the last thing with Edward III that was interesting was the Battle of Crécy. I'm probably butchering its French word, but yeah. So 14,000 French essentially to 200 English. English got their butt kicked at that one. So yeah, the English got their butt kicked on that. So 14,000 French to 200 English I have written in here, but it was a slaughter. So yeah, it's just like hearing about all these wars and like how it really was has been fascinating. So,
let me ask this: who was your favorite person that you read about in this book, and why?
Definitely not the Edwards. It wasn't one of the Henrys. I think it was actually the one that did the Parliament, just because I was so intrigued that that was smart. Like, even though he didn't do it really for his people, that is what we still use today. And so that was like, and that would have been like 11 or 1200 still. So it's like that far back to now that we're still using that. So
this is where I break your brain and tell you that most of our systems are based off of a civilization that was 2,000 years old.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, following up and learning the actual history has been fun. So it's dry reading, but it's fun reading.
Who's the person? I was like, who's the character? Who's the person that you disliked the most?
That would be I believe it was actually King Edward III. I think that's the one. He married a 7-year-old. That's not cool. That's like, most of the women, like you hear about them being 12 years old, and that's bad enough because women were property. But yeah, to make an alliance with France, he married a 7-year-old, and I'm just like, it's not okay. So, yeah. Wow. And he was sort of chill. Yeah, it was him. Because he was chill till he was turned 30, and his wife died when he was 28, and she was like, they had married as teenagers. That's both the same age, and they were like, they said in those times it was rare, but they actually had true love and affection for each other. But then she was like, she kept him solid essentially. But then once she died, he sort of had like a manic episode. But then he was chill and kept the kingdom together for like 4 to 8 years, and then this crap where he married a 7-year-old to make an alliance with France, and then like just sort of became the mad tyrant king they were saying. So, but yeah, that was interesting.
Have a nickname?
No. Let me check.
I'm just making.
Every king's had a style.
Yeah, like I now that you're talking about like he went crazy, like Edward, but that maybe I'm thinking Mad King Henry, so never, or Mad King Charles, the Revolutionary War. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm making things up.
Edward IV was the Black Prince, right?
Actually, no, it was not Edward III. It was the previous chapter that I was on, so it would have had to have been Richard II. So, but yeah, here we go. Richard II, the Tyrant King.
The Tyrant King. There you go.
Were a lot
So it was Richard II who married the 7-year-old. That was just like, nope.
Were a lot of these kings involved in like the Crusades?
No, that was Richard that one I had in my journal.
Sorry.
No, it's alright. That's why I wrote it down. That was King Richard I who was in the Crusades.
He was pretty much the last English king to go on crusade, I believe.
Oh, and that's the thing is I haven't gotten through. That's the last bit of this is the Richards, but that Richard II too. So he was pretty much the start of the end for the Plantagenet line because they're saying that he had beef with his cousin essentially, who had Plantagenet blood because they all intermarried with these, and all this stuff. So, but it was a cousin. So, because he was such a hated tyrant king, the lords of the time stripped him of power when he went off to fight for Ireland. And when he got back, realized, his cousin's in power now, and was literally the lords made him king. So that's going to be the next one of going into the last 2 chapters, and they're saying, and that's going to be the ending of the Plantagenet line because it couldn't recover. Because then that brought in like all the infighting of people who like, oh, I have Plantagenet blood would start, and you have the 100 Years' War stuff.
Yeah, because didn't the Plantagenets even like they were still floating around with like Henry VIII and the Tudors, like raising hell with them?
Yeah. So that's the beginning of the end with this Tyrant King. So.
Is this a library book or one?
No,
personal library.
Personal library. It was from B&N. I think it was one of the ones bargain books from Barnes and Noble. Yeah, BG History.
Awesome.
Bargain History.
I love the cover. I love the sword.
Yeah.
So
it's been interesting, like trying to learn my history.
Well, I love that type of history. Like I've read like the actual nonfiction and then the historical fiction. I've got a bunch of them on my shelf from all the Tudor books. So love all that. I mean the political maneuvering and manipulation is
and there's a lot of like family
line.
infighting too, like family betrayal, like with King Richard I and King John. King John totally betrayed when his like all that's legit. Like when he was out on the Crusades, King John was trying to become King John. So yeah. And then when his brother got back, then he was like, "Oh, sorry."
And I watched the cartoon.
So all that was legit, but surprisingly, for as like toxic as they both were, Richard didn't actually kill him for trying to become king and take over. So that was like one of those rare moments that he didn't. There wasn't like family betrayal there. So, but there's a lot of it in here. Like, yeah, it's interesting.
Maybe a little bit more research into that because Richard was never really home. He was either like on the front, like he stayed in Dover quite a bit, or was literally building castles and towns and hold ships in France, and then just decided, well, let's stop fighting with France and go on a crusade. Got halfway to Jerusalem, turned back to attack France to make more money, and then got killed by a bolt from a commoner. The entire time, John is just like, well, I'm just going to rule while Richard's gone. But all the lords love that because John was a pissant that they could slap around, till eventually they made him sign the Magna Carta. So it's a little deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's not just like,
that's why I said you're the history.
Yeah.
That's why I'm reading to learn it.
So what would you say was the big idea of all of it? Like there's obviously a lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of
don't talk shit to Terry.
just leave, don't diss Terry. Besides
Mainly,
wash your hands after you use the restroom, what was another big idea?
That's what I was thinking was that. Mainly just like finding out the new nuances of what little things here and there that add up to what we know now of the laws and stuff that we have, of seeing like, oh, okay, that wasn't all of it there, but that was the beginning of it, or this was that law, or that's been very interesting seeing where they originated from, like the laws we use today.
Was it Levy that said know your history to know the world?
Yeah, it's been very interesting seeing like that. And a lot of times too that it wasn't like the laws we have today and how they're used today are totally different for the concept of why they were even brought in the first place. Like, oh, it wasn't because of the good of the people, or oh, it's just for this own king's gain, or oh, it was just said that he would agree to do that and then was actually like planning revenge on those lords for making him sign that because he would have been stripped of power, or he's getting his power back. It's like really there's a lot of stuff behind all that, so that's been interesting.
King John literally signed the Magna Carta and then literally in the next year waged war against everybody who forced him to sign it.
Yeah, exactly. or they'll be forced, like, oh, they'll come up on the king and be like, you need to sign this or we're going to strip you of power. And a lot of times they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll do that, but like, hands behind their back crossed, fingers crossed. They're like, so that kind of crap going on is interesting reading about.
So
let's everybody write your names down on this piece of paper, sign it.
So I can remember.
Yeah, no, this is just
that
so it's
happened
more official.
With the Tyrant
take this
King.
list of these people and kill them.
With the Tyrant King, that's what they're saying too, is like he started when he did go where he just switched when he turned 30 and just after he lost his wife and stuff, he just started bringing up old grievances. He went and killed like people from previous stuff that happened when he was a child to his dad. Like, yeah.
Crisis.
So that's what I was actually thinking a little bit when I read it.
The monarchy version of going out and buying a Corvette.
Yeah, because they're all saying the Plantagenet line, like all of them had bad tempers. So
it's the inbreeding.
So are you reading? No kidding. Are you reading like? So what are you? Are you reading the next book? Like about
the next book would be just based as was the Kings of England was the name of that one.
Kings and Queens of England. Yes.
Okay, Kings and Queens of England.
It's that one actually kind of sticks more like the Tudor down to the Windsors.
Yeah, so that'll be more modern.
It's got Henry VIII on the cover set. Belgium.
How did you like the image? Were there? I'm assuming because you showed a page. How did you like the images in the book? Do you think the images?
It's been great. There's some really cool ones in here. They have like the different family crests and one I really liked. Pull it up. So this was one. No. This was one of the. So that one. That was the statue I was telling you about of Richard the Lionheart. That is today. That's a current.
Does it say where it is?
Oh yeah, it does. It said opposite a statue of Richard the Lionheart outside Westminster Palace, London. Often remembered as a great national hero, Richard actually cared little for England.
Yeah, he actually kind of hated England. That's why he spent so much time in France.
Yeah.
He wanted
I think
France.
that was one of the
and then stuff like this where they actually give you images of like this is the above a copy of the Magna Carta, which is kept in the British Library in London. That's like really cool.
Looks like there's some great photographs in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't ever talk shit about the history books that come out of the Barnes & Noble bargain section. They are awesome. They really are amazing. Yeah. We have bought almost all of them.
And then, this one was cool. This one, when his wife passed away, it said, I'll read the caption. One of the 3 remaining Eleanor crosses, of which 12 were built by Edward I in memory of his wife. So when she passed, the cross, the very tip top, those were because of her. So stuff like that was really, really cool.
Is the Kings and Queens of England that you're going to read next, is that a Barnes & Noble history book too?
Yeah, it's a bargain history.
Okay.
I can't walk through that section without dropping a bill.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like it's so easy to.
At least my worst, I spend about $300 on bargain books.
Here's the Battle of
Nothing wrong
Bannockburn
with that.
that I was telling you guys about. A depiction of it.
Have you to totally go off topic? Have you been to the new Barnes & Noble up on 19 in Alderman by the new Trader Joe's?
I want to. Have you?
So awesome.
Oh man, sounds like a field trip.
I've been wanting to, but I haven't checked it out yet.
It is so it's just like a dream. Every time I go in there, I get lost for an hour. It's
awesome.
It's a beautiful cafe. It's laid out, all kinds of seating areas. Like it is. Sorry to go left, but you were talking about Barnes & Noble. Sorry.
Oh no, that's cool. Oh, and then this with the other thing, Edward III. He started the Order of Garter. And the membership of the order remains one of England's highest honors today.
So to this day, they have their own hall.
Yeah, that's that.
Yep.
But yeah, it's cool seeing how everything intertwines to today, and like where it originated from.
And you felt that the pictures really added to the book.
Yeah. Oh man, and this whole page is on class and clothes. Like apparently they had 7 different class systems, and they went over that too of like how specifically only you could ladies had to wear a veil only to a specific part, and it could only be like 12 pence, and so they had different systems of what they could wear if depending on your class level and how much the clothing item could cost. And then obviously like gold and purple silk could only be royalty. So that was interesting.
I feel like I've gotten smarter just from listening to you talk about it. I appreciate that.
But yeah, I still got 2 chapters to read, but once I finish that, I'm going to start on the other one.
And now I'll have one less subject to lecture you on to put you to sleep at night.
So I feel like even though this is a nonfiction book, I mean, so many movies, TV series, all of that have been made out of between the Plantagenets, the War of the Roses, the Tudors. I mean, we've got gazillions of movies, so I'm gonna skip that one. So I'm gonna ask this question instead: which king or queen, but we'll go with which king, would survive the Hunger Games?
I know.
And why?
Probably just because he was so good with battle, I'm gonna go with Richard the Lionheart. He was, militarily speaking, a great strategist. So I think he probably would.
You disagree, Jerry?
He was good, but there was someone that was better.
Who do you think was better?
Edward the Black Prince.
He died though. He did have a son, because that's who the next king was. That was not great. But
Edward the Fourth was one of the most vicious frontline commanders that has ever existed in that time frame.
He was in that battle I was mentioning with his dad, and it was.
If you're gonna fight the Hunger Games, you want Edward fighting.
See if I can find that one really quick.
Richard the Lionheart is the guy that you want kind of setting up the battle, but if you need someone to fight it, you want the Black Prince.
Mm-hmm.
That dude was ruthless and efficient.
So, one final question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to ask this with a straight face.
Oh, there we go.
Show me a picture, then I'll ask.
That was the battle he's talking about, where King Edward III and his son, Edward the Black Prince.
Edward the Fourth.
They called him Edward.
His style is the Black Prince, yeah.
But yeah.
So if this book had a smell, what would it be?
Blood and death. But, yeah.
Dysentery.
And dysentery.
Dysentery. Oh.
If I hold on. If you, not that I'm suggesting books, but if you like this and you want to turn it slightly fiction-y, anything, as my light falls, anything by Philippa Gregory. She writes about the Plantagenets, she writes about the Tudors, and it's very, very historically accurate.
Okay.
I highly recommend any of her books. She's got like
Philippa Gregory, you said?
Philippa Gregory, yeah.
Okay.
I've got,
cool.
If you want any of her Tudor books, I have almost all of them. So you
that'd be awesome.
You can always borrow them from me. Yeah.
Cool. I'll look into that one.
She writes about the Plantagenets too, so she's good stuff. She's factual. As I knock my light over. All right, that's my jam. Your turn, Casey.
It was a good jam. Jerry, what did you bring?
Kindle Scribe.
Were you excited about this? The Temple Scribe. Did we see a picture? Hey, I need to see the picture again.
So, Steal Like an Artist.
Oh,
book I read.
Steal Like an Artist.
But
interesting.
On my Kindle Scribe with a composition notebook. Just because it's so good. But yeah, so I read the ebook of this, and it's by Austin Kleon.
Ooh, I'm looking this up right now.
I don't know how to. I wouldn't. It's not that good.
Oh.
Well, all right. So, what's your rating system? If you go 1 to 5, 1 is not great, 5 is huzzah, then where did you put this one? Dysentery or huzzah?
Dysentery.
Oh, okay.
I give it a 3 out of 5. It's a book.
Who's the author? Austin. How do I say this?
Kleon.
Kleon. Ooh.
Kind of like clown.
Why did you pick this book up?
Wait, can I ask, is it fiction or nonfiction?
It's a nonfiction self-help kind of inspiration to supposedly help artists be more creative and be less critical of the artistic process, I guess. But that makes it sound a lot better than what book. Yeah, it is a book.
It says 10 things nobody told you about being creative. That's a very thick book for 10 things.
It's all pictures. All right. Yeah, so like that's a full page. It's just a picture.
I see.
And then like the pages themselves are not very full. Okay, his point. That's a page.
So why did you pick this book?
It came recommended from some people, and it's one of those things that came recommended by multiple people, so it kind of got a little bit more priority. If I hear different people, especially unaware of each other, recommend the same book, it tends to make me take notice faster. And because I am struggling with my own creativity at the moment, so I figured, let's go ahead and maybe find some inspiration in this book, because that's kind of what it's supposed to do, is help you find inspiration more easily, be less judgmental of it, I guess.
So there's a difference between those two things that you're saying right now. Being inspired to create and not judging your own work are two totally different things. So I know this is a way off sort of topic. I don't know. It's adjacent. Where do you think you're struggling? Because I don't know just how I know you, I don't think it's creativity.
That's neurodivergency.
Okay.
Imposter syndrome, overly critical, a lot of trained and learned behavior from growing up. But that's for me and my therapist to talk about, I guess.
Does he address, I mean, because I'm sorry, I'm interrupting, but like, I mean, so many creative people are neurodivergent. Does he address that at all in this book? Really?
Nope.
I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
This book is already like probably 20 years old.
Okay.
I don't know if it's necessarily that old, but this is the 10th anniversary edition, and it's been out for a while.
Okay.
So you pick it up because multiple people are buzzing about it, and
yeah, and not to be rude, but now that I go back and I look at the people who did suggest it, they are A, not people I would describe as a creative, and B, not people I would describe as being overly burdened with an abundance of thought. And that kind of explains why these two specific people probably recommended the book. Everything in this book is either bordering on duh or what the shit does that have to do with anything. One of the 10 things is marry well.
So
like, marry well?
Marry someone. Yeah, marry someone. Marry a good match.
It's interesting because I'm looking at like the list of 10 things.
Like it's one of the last ones. It's like marry well. It's like, what the shit does that have to do? I could get marrying someone who's not supportive will stifle your creativity, but duh.
I mean, I feel like that belongs in the Plantagenet book.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's more of like lessons learned by Henry the Eighth.
Yeah.
Marry well.
So you start reading this book that's recommended by people. You're feeling like you need some creative inspiration, and you start thinking what as you're reading this?
So the first like 2 points he makes, the actual stealing, like steal like an artist, that kind of makes sense. It's basically reiterating the fact that nothing is new under the sun. Stop looking to be completely unique, right? Just because someone else has done something similar, just do it your own way. It's not the same. And he does make some really good points on that. But like after the second point, yeah, just stop. Because then it's like, okay, well, if you're going to be creative, you need to be in a very, very like dark room with no technology and nothing on your walls and no windows. And then immediately the next chapter is, if you want to be creative, get the fuck out of your room and go tour the world and talk to people and get online. Yeah, see, even he agrees.
Well, and I'm
there's
reading
such a
through...
cognitive dissonance in everything in this book. Yeah, it's like, he's like, I'm going to list the 10 things that are going to help because everybody likes a list of 10 things. And he got to number 3 and is like, shit, I'm out. I need to figure some more shit out.
Well,
Marry
I'm
well.
saying, yeah, marry well.
Yeah, literally,
one of
marry
these
well.
is, he says, write the book you want to read. Was this more forward about being a writer, or does he
go
all over?
He's a writer. He's a writer,
Okay.
so a lot of his examples, which not like I would say at least every chapter, he's definitely just saying like, in the last book I wrote, in this book I wrote, in this book, and this book I did this. Like, yeah, we get it. You're an author. Shut the hell up. Like, this isn't like, it reads halfway between like a halfway decent blog post that was about 12 pages too long and a like advertising strategy. Go sit with Mama, please. Can you go sit with Mama?
Sure.
I'm sure people would love to hear you talking, but not right now. Sorry. Anywho,
Well, I'm reading about the author now, so maybe I can understand like why you feel the way that you feel, because it sounds like, I mean, I'm guessing there's no characters in this book because
the
other
dude
than
is kind of a
him.
character, but yeah.
And that's so. Are there any characters that you liked? I mean, what? Let's just go. What did you like about this book?
I liked a lot of the quotes, and I did like the first couple of chapters. It was very much like a duh kind of moment, but it's nice to hear it reiterated, I guess is a good way to say it. It says it a little more succinctly. It gives some examples that make it more clear. Like, anybody who is a creative is already going to know that there is nothing new under the sun. Like, it's literally in the Bible, Ecclesiastes, I think. But like I said, it's kind of nice kind of having those examples and saying like, you know, stop trying to be completely original, accept the influences that you've gotten from other people, steal the things that you liked about these people and make it your own. That your creativity is an amalgam of everything that's come before you that helped train you. It's very, very nice way to put it. But again, like kind of everything after like the second or third item in the book, it's kind of like him just struggling to like, well, shit, I promised the publishing company 10, a list of 10 things, and I only have 3. Shit. So that's where he has like, you know, make sure you go and do this, you know, make sure you sit in a stark room to write or play your music, but then go out and do this, stay off the internet, but get on the internet.
I'm not going to lie. I'm on his website right now, and I find that what you're telling me is exactly what I'm looking at, that he doesn't, I don't know what his point of view is, nor do I know what he's known for.
And yeah, he's written like 4 or 5 of these freaking books.
Okay, so his books, so people who are listening, Steal Like an Artist, Show Your Work, Keep Going, and then the Steal Like an Artist companion journal.
Yeah, I will say there were some kind of interesting things about like keeping the logbook of your day and stuff like that. It's like, that's bordering on a kind of goofy level of whatever works for you, but yeah, whatever.
I mean,
but like he has like your thievery file, like take the things you like and shove them in your thievery file, right? Kind of deal, and then you can kind of use those as like examples of what to return to if you're looking for inspiration. There's some interesting things, but it's like I said, most of it is just duh and what the hell. Like there's a little nugget of deliciousness at the front, and then the rest is just wrapped in dysentery.
okay.
Lemon cake.
What he is known for is his first book called Newspaper Blackout, where he took the newspaper and blacked out all the words and left the words he wanted you to read for the poetry. So I'm sure,
dude, that's a age-old English teacher hack. We've been doing that in English classes, blackout poetry. We have been doing that since I started teaching back in 2000. That ain't nothing new.
Yeah. And
Oprah
just to
said
point
it
out,
created a revolution. I'm quoting off of the
that's what's called
with
sales
that
pitch.
in
But yeah,
2010.
these
So-
little
Steal
snippets of his
your
bullshit.
stuff. He stole that.
Yeah, and this
Wow.
this shit is all over the book. This
The
is only
blackout
like
poetry is all throughout.
this is
we've
page
been doing-
18, and it's like it's
Right, Rachel,
every
tell it
12
like it is.
every 5 pages.
Because this dude in 2010 published this blackout poetry book, and it sold billions of copies, and that's what he's actually known for.
We have done literally, I've been to so many English conferences, done it in my classroom since 2000. Blackout poetry with newspapers and magazines is an age-old teacher hack. Go somewhere. That pisses me off.
Well, this is
There's another one.
He says, "Wow, wow."
And they're not even good. They're not even good. They're like 3 or 4 words. That's it.
Well, he has a blog, and he's currently making collage covers for mixtapes that he's making. Like he's literally making mixtapes.
Is he a motivational speaker at all?
Yeah, it says that's what he does now.
Yeah.
He did this, and that's all he does.
This is a self-promoting jackass. 100%.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like every motivational speaker we've had at conference for the last 5 years.
Yes.
This guy is just a self-promoter. He's not. It's like, hey, look, I can help you because you have to come to me because I can help you. No one else can help you. I've got all the secrets. I'm the guy.
And I got
Okay.
10 things.
Yeah.
And I can put up on
I got 10
put up on a
things.
PowerPoint.
About 3 of them are good. Just make sure you marry a good girl. That'll definitely help you.
All right. Well, you did
I
that
don't know why I'm
part. You
turning
did that
into
part, and you read this book, and so now, did this help you think differently about?
No.
Did it?
No.
What did? No, it didn't. Okay.
Like I said, the earlier parts were nice to hear it kind of reiterated, but like I said, if you're a creative, you already know this shit. Like, you don't even have to be a good creative. If you have any creative spark in your body, and there are plenty of people out there who are not creative, but are wonderful people, and not talking bad about it anyway, but if you are creative, there's a natural instinct in you. You already know this fucking book. This book was written probably for non-creative people who have this idealized notion of being creative, and they don't know how to go about it, and maybe that might help them. But, and again, that's kind of describing the 2 people who actually recommended this book to me. So
You needed
Yeah.
you needed the opposites of this book for where your creative is.
yeah, I needed like a Lawrence Block on writing, or the Stephen King writing book. Like,
You can always talk to Rachel. I'm sure she'll talk to you personally and be like, "Hey, Jerry, I'd love to give whatever my teacher talk is about writing and what it is that you feel." He might need a teachable moment, is what I am saying, with sentence structure. I think with Jerry, some of it is just as basic as, am I speaking English?
I'm not the one.
You don't think so?
Oh, I'm not the one.
I just need a copy editor.
That I can do. That I can do.
Told you. I said Rachel's the one. I don't know all the words.
But not to give a pep talk speech about commas. I mean, I can't do that.
No, that's usually my deal. I was an editor-in-chief for a publication.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would have to lecture people about, like, you don't need to use a comma every single freaking time. Don't use a semicolon unless you know how to use it. Take a breath in your sentences.
Well,
I think
right
Grammarly
now,
helps.
No, it doesn't.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
right now, no, because right now it's with the AI, it is so the M dashes. As soon as you see an M dash, it's AI. It's absolute garbage. AI, Grammarly, ChatGPT, Gemini, all of them have so overused the M dash at this point that it is so blatantly obvious and blah. As soon as you see it, you're like, AI, not original, not artistic, I'm done, I'm out.
I was about to say that speaks a lot when you actually find someone who knows the difference between a dash, N dash, and an M dash. You know you're dealing with a kind of very specific type of grammar Nazi.
Yep. And
She's smiling, and I'm just like, who do I have check my grammar now if I can't use Grammarly? It's not like I know a lot of English teachers.
no, there's a difference between checking your grammar and having the AI rewrite it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was saying for checking grammar, but Jerry doesn't need that either. He needs whatever, a copy editor. I don't even know what that is.
But if
I actually needed an elemental editor too, but
if you're using the AI and the Grammarly to rewrite it, that's when it starts. I mean, I see it in my own students' writing. The second I see an M dash, I'm like, they didn't write it, because no 8th grader knows how to properly use an M dash. I'm sorry. So then you call them like, hey, let's talk about this. Oh, well, I wrote it and just put it in. They love to tell me they use Grammarly because they think that's their way out. I put it in Grammarly. No, you didn't. You put it in Gemini, and it spit out the exact same thing that I've read 12 times, and you used 14 M dashes.
oof.
That's a lot. I mean, I understand what that is, but I'm also I'm a run-on sentence person with a lot of commas. I'm that girl.
Yeah, you need to limit yourself to 1 comma per sentence unless you've got a series, a list.
And only
Maybe
use the
that's-
Oxford comma, or I will disown you as a friend.
Okay. I mean, I've read Jerry's. I've read
Only
some,
one
don't
conjunction.
disown me as a friend unless I like that stuff gets published that way, which will make sure it doesn't. I'm not. I'll use my commas correctly. I have lots of people helping me with commas. All right, so no M dashes. Let's get back on track here. You already gave us the quotes. Obviously, you said the first
there
half
was
of the
one
book was
quote that
good.
stuck out. There was one quote that
Yeah.
stuck out in my mind in this one. It
Let's
was
hear it.
stolen from someone else, and it has absolutely nothing to do with anything in this book. But it was freaking hilarious. I don't remember who said it, and it's going to take me too long to find it. But the quote was, "I hope I die peacefully in my sleep like my grandfather, and not screaming like the people on the
People
plane."
in the car.
Yeah.
I love that quote.
I butchered it, but yeah, that was I read that, I literally started like doubling over laughing. And it literally has nothing to do with anything that they were talking about in the book.
That's a fantastic. I love that quote.
Bob Monkhouse is who wrote that. I want to die
Sounds familiar.
peacefully in my sleep like my father, not terrified, screaming and crying like his passengers.
Yeah. That was it. Excellent quote.
I'm processing. So grandpa's driving the car and falls
Yeah.
asleep peacefully as he dies.
Exactly. He falls asleep and dies.
car. Oh,
Everybody in the car, Buzz
my
playing, whatever it was.
stars.
Yeah.
Wow.
It takes a half second to kind of realize what it's saying, and then
Yeah,
oh
it does.
shit.
It's exactly what that did for me. That is a great quote. I will think of that all day, the rest of this day for sure. If you could rewrite one part of the book, I'm going to say, what would you rewrite? Probably the second half.
Second 2/3. Yeah. Mostly I would just strike them and rewrite the title to be the 3 things.
So it is an artistic book, and it just looking at it, the art style, the type, the type,
Yeah, it
letter
definitely
types.
presents in a very specific way. Yeah.
I mean, did you enjoy that part about it?
I'd have to say no, but it's not just because of this book. It's because I've read a lot of others, like what's his name? Something Shell, or The Art of Fun. I gotta try to remember who wrote that book. But it's based on game design, and it's not just pictures of things on the cover. It's like the artwork is part of the book. I mean, I'm talking it is stringing between pages and through bindings. So I've seen that kind of artistic expression in a book done very well. This is just him farting pictures on a page, and then him trying to sell his really bad newspaper poetry. And I do mean very bad. So you can't even follow like haiku or any type of actual poetry. There's no meter if you even try to put meter on it. It's literally
I feel
just,
like this went down from a 3. It's now a 2.
Yeah, actually, I will say that it is kind of a 2, just because like this thing markets itself towards creatives, and no creative is going to look at this book and like, that's what I needed to hear.
I'm still baffled on the whole marry well.
Yeah.
Because I don't think as a creative I even need to be married. I'm just saying, I don't know why we have to be betrothed to be creative. I'm still not making the connection.
In Plantagenet times, women had no choice.
The word
Love
of the
connection
day.
here. The connection is amazing.
The word of the day is plantagenous. Is it in your book? Did they write that word in your book, Jerry? Plantagenous people marry well. Hold on, say words so we can see that better.
Marry well.
Who you marry is the most important decision.
Wait, yeah, put it back. Put it
Put it
back.
back up. We're reading out loud.
And
Okay.
marry well doesn't just mean your life partner. It also means who you do business with, who you befriend, who you choose to be around. There's an M dash in there. Relationships are hard enough, but it takes a real champion of a person to be married to someone who's, geez, what dribble. Lots of times you
Thank
have
you.
to be a maid, a cook, oh my God.
So
Yeah,
I can't-
so you see, it
Rachel.
doesn't even read right here.
What's
Let
the
me do my professional
definition of
editing.
marriage? Because I don't marry my employer either. What's the definition of marriage? It's more than commitment.
Here, I'm doing my blackout poetry.
Okay.
I just blacked out the page.
I'm going to give that one a huzzah.
Wow. So, I mean, Jerry, gonna recommend this book, and why or why not?
When I do recommendations, I always think of the person I'm recommending the book to. I'm not going to recommend something I think is going to immediately be disliked by someone or not appreciated by someone. Like, I'm not going to suggest too many Roman history books to Danny, because unless she is like having a bout of insomnia, it's not going to help her. So for this book, I would recommend it to people who are not creative with the idealistic notion of trying to become a creative. Because the first 3 parts of the book, the first 3 chapters, where it's like taking inspiration, trying not to focus on any one thing at a time kind of deal. And honestly, I watched a TED Talk on like M-type brains, and I'm probably adding more to this book that wasn't even in there. This actually was helpful. But yeah, I would just say, if you're creative, you already understand everything in this book inherently. I mean, because it's the influences that made you a creative and the influences you've taken from people over time, you've stolen like an artist already. There's not an artist out there that doesn't say like, this is derivative from these people who I was inspired by. So you know this inherently. You already know to steal like an artist. This is just a guy trying to shit his own terminology on top of it. So yeah, if there's someone out there who is not a creative, who doesn't understand how to be creative, and I don't just want to copy other people, yeah, here, read this book. It might help you. It's okay to kind of copy style a little bit, but you know what I mean? This would be a book you give to, or you summarize for like 5th grader. Or
Without the M dashes.
yeah. And make sure you don't read the shit like marry well.
What is the actual definition of marriage, somebody?
Depends.
that. I mean, I think the definition of marriage is different for everybody. I mean, obviously, we just talked about the Plantagenets. I mean, that's marry for land. So
Marry for the right political reasons. You make sure your enemies are married to you so that they cannot charge you without seeking punishment.
Well, that's what I was thinking of the French king. Like it's bad enough the one dude married, but like the French king who gave his like, but women were treated like property back then. But yeah, it's just like, wow, like not a good time to be a woman.
But don't forget, there's all the chivalrous knights.
I don't know. Didn't Jerry, you recommend the lemon cake book to Jerry also? Weren't you the one who recommended one of the books?
Jerry recommended that one to me.
he bought it.
He bought it. Look at his face. I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, you remember the story because it was literally on an end cap in the young adult section.
It's
Not
still,
okay.
like, how that is in the YA section, I'm like, I have no words.
It had to have been the only thing I could think of is someone just had a book and set it there. That's the only thing I could think
The
of.
cover doesn't even scream. The
I
cover,
was thinking, yeah, maybe the cover they thought young adult, but
It's
maybe the colors, but I mean, she's like booby out, like, no.
yeah, like, oh, it looks like fantasy. It must be young adult.
Oh, so Jerry, if your book could whisper something to the author, what would it whisper?
to the author.
Yeah.
Oh, touch me harder. Because this is literally him just beating off on the page. Do me, daddy.
I was going to ask.
Sorry, this one
another-
X-rated really quick. I apologize.
I was going to ask, and I'm going to still ask a weird ass question because I kind of think I know the answer to this. But if a character from this book, which sounds like it's the author, attempted performance art, what would their piece be called, and how would the audience react? This could go so wrong.
I'm trying to think of a good way to put a joke around him basically just marking out newspapers and trying to shit it out as his own art style. But I really can't.
Well, in
Because-
my mind, I just saw him blacking out the paper, eating it, and then pooping.
Yeah. Behold my art.
Rachel's like, man,
It's a-
book club.
It's a impressionistic piece.
No more questions.
It's a performative art.
All right. What does everybody have up and coming? We know that Danny, it has to finish 2 more chapters, but what do you have next on your list?
The King and Queens of England. That should get into like the Tudors and the following up to current lines.
Okay.
Plus,
And-
yeah.
Jerry, what are you doing? What do you got up and coming?
I got like 4 books I'm trying to work on.
Okay. And they are.
Book 5 of the Bobiverse. What was the other one? Another book that came through. It's the one actually Rachel and Amber talked a lot about. Court of Thorns
Oh,
and
cool.
Roses.
Are you gonna read that? Yeah, that's
I
on
am.
my
You're
eventual.
gonna read some Sarah J. Maas?
I can't believe he's going to read that. It's so
Yeah, that's cool.
awesome.
And on the same vine, Fourth Wing is in there too.
I have to look. Do you have
I
a
have the
copy of it?
I have the audio book.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be easier for me to get through it with that.
Okay.
And specifically, what I'm doing is I like to read genres that are outside of my norm because I like to steal like an artist and absorb other people's styles. No, actually, I am shit with writing interpersonal dialogue, and romance is generally considered one of the best ways to get an example of how to write that. So,
The second book in the Court of Thorn and Roses, the second book's better than the first. So give
Okay.
it. You're gonna get a Beauty and the Beast knockoff, and it's gonna get better.
that's fine.
Going to get awesome.
I like Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah. Well, this is Stockholm Syndrome all the way through. It's still going on. The sixth book is supposed to come out sometime towards the end of this year.
I'm still in the middle of book 4 somewhere. But there's a lot of twists and turns. You'll like it. Rachel, what do you got coming?
I am currently reading The Story Keeper. I'm listening to that one. It's an arc. Not really sure. I'm still a little confused. I'm like 20% in, but I'm a little confused exactly what this story is about. I'll get back to y'all. And then the one I'm reading that I'm really liking right now is called The Determined. It's based on true story of 2 women pirates in the mid 1700s.
Wow. Can't wait to hear how that one turns out. Is that one an arc or no?
They're both arcs.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That's
when
a
is the
historical
pirate?
fiction?
Historical fiction. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When does that one get released?
February, middle of February, I think.
Oh, okay. So not too far. So
Yeah.
we'll be able to hear your review before it gets released. So I stumbled across, I finished We Are Legion, We Are Bob, which is the first book in the Bobbyverse.
The one I did.
Which
2 ago?
I didn't. What?
That's the book I reviewed last week or the week before.
Last month, yes.
Yeah.
Which you recommended, and I binged it so hard, and it's so good. But I'm telling you right now, unless you know Star Trek and like other pop culture, you will be lost. But it's phenomenal. So as I was looking, I was like, all right, I got book 2 ready. What else do I want to do? So I put A Stitch in Time, which was recommended by Rachel to me a long time ago. So it's on the docket. But when I was going through, my Audible goes, hey, you might like this free 6-hour book called Friday, The Rabbi Slept Late by Harry Kamelman. And it's an older book, which is probably why it was free. And it's a mystery, murder mystery. And the rabbi somehow is connected. I don't know. For 6-hour freebie, I was like, let's try this. So I'll let you know. A little bit of being creative, picking something I don't normally read. So that's the audio. I don't know what my physical one will be yet. But yeah, I didn't bring one to talk about. I'm sure I can talk about one if you want me to, but with 10 minutes to go, guys, I think this was an awesome book club.
If you're looking for a good free audio, my sister-in-law recommended, and I downloaded it. It's free. The new Audible of Dracula.
I'm looking it up
Dracula by Bram Stoker. It's read by
Audible edition.
Yeah, it's read by I forget now. I'm looking it up. A lot of famous people, and it was free.
Okay, I'll tell you.
It has been
Alan Cumming. Oh, Tim Curry.
Oh, Alan Cumming.
And Tim Curry.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Simone Vance, Catherine Kellgren, Susan Jordan, John Lee,
Okay, someone send me the link to that.
It's
Stephen
free.
Crossley.
It's free on Audible right now.
All right,
Oh,
hold on.
I'll
Add it
that
to
up
my
in a sec.
library, and then I'm sending the link,
Yeah.
guys.
It's
Yeah, I love Alan Cumming and Tim Curry.
yeah, that it's been all the rage apparently in the New York publishing world right now.
Wow.
So my sister-in-law had texted it to me, and she said, "You've got to listen to this." So that's after I finish this arc, I'm gonna hop on that one just because of hello, you can't have those readers and not
Yeah.
have an amazing.
I will be adding an Audible book this month.
I'm still,
Okay,
I
guys.
still can't decide which character Alan Cumming is playing versus Tim Curry.
Okay, I
Right?
just sent it to you guys in the group chat on our text messages. This might be the one that we all audio, and then actually all talk about a common book in
That'd be
book
cool.
club.
Yeah.
And we should do that at the Barnes & Noble.
in Palm.
Oh,
on a
yeah, that'd
field
be
trip.
cool. Yeah,
Oh, that'd
let me
be a
check out the
great
new Barnes & Noble.
idea.
I'm down.
I'll bust out all my recording equipment. And we'll do live show.
Yes, because then you'll be ready. You'll be ready to do live with all your audio equipment by then, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Talking end of February for that one.
All right. So it's 15 hours. I mean, if end of February is a goal, guys, right?
We
But
can
if
we
it-
can do end of March too. I'm down with whatever.
So if you listen to it on 1.2 speed, you can cut it down to 12 hours and 53 minutes.
Okay, Alan Cumming and
just
Tim
learned
Curry.
that.
No, I'm putting it on 50% because I want that just sweet ASMR in my head.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear what speed everybody listens to this at.
I normally listen to all my books at 1.25, but when you're talking Tim Curry and Alan Cumming, that's got to be on 1.0. I need to.
Yes.
You got
Jerry's going
absorb
slower
it.
than that. Wow. All right, I'm going to put this ahead of the rabbi. Rachel, I can't believe that that's going to be our hot pick. I'm going to even post it that's the pick of the month here.
That's for my sister-in-law. It's been making that. She works in publishing in New York, so that's been making the rounds. So
She got the hot take on it.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Any final thoughts? Anybody need to ask anybody any questions?
Thank you everybody for entertaining my dog while we were gone in.
Oh, he was such a sweetie.
Oh,
I fed him treats and then we were best friends.
It doesn't take much. He's standoffish. He's our neurodivergent dog.
Oh, no.
He is very he only walks specific routes. He only he has to walk a certain way around the couch. He only walks around the one side of the house. He's very sensitive, touch. So it takes a lot for him. But if you give him treats, he's your best friend.
Oh yeah.
Aww.
We had an understanding at one point.
Yeah, me and Rowan were sitting on the rug, and he just came over and sat on my lap.
Yeah,
Rowan
he's a
was
lap
petting him.
sitter. He is a lap sitter. Yeah. He does that when I'm sitting on the couch. He comes and he crawls up and sits on my lap. And I'm like, no. But thank you all for taking care of my dog.
Yep.
We love Navi. All right, guys. We'll get the date set. Rachel and I, that'll be our next priority to see when we're going to meet. Jerry suggests where we're going to meet, and we'll figure it out
2
because
o'clock, Barnes and Noble. We already figured it out.
when
2 o'clock, Barnes and
2 o'clock.
Noble at the
on which day at the end of the month?
last Sunday of the month. How is this a hard thing to figure out?
It's I gotta confirm with Rachel. I gotta send it through the official text channels so I have a thread to go back to and be like, did we say this? All right,
The
let's
2nd of February.
because February is a short month, so technically that's the 22nd because it's a short month, guys. So you
Good
sure we got
bad.
that?
I'm nerding out about their bargain section of haunting.
You're, all right. See, it's a
The
whole
hardest
adventure.
part is going to get us back to an actual seating area where we can
Yes.
actually do this. Everyone's going to have to be shepherded in with the blindfold on so we don't get distracted.
I know,
Yeah, to do
right?
the
I'm
bargain section
gonna
on the way
skip
out.
so that when you walk in, the cafe runs along basically the whole left side. So just walk in and turn left and sit down.
Okay, so that what I'm hearing is that we need to have longer time, and that we're going to need to have what time is our shopping time, and what time is our recording time, and
Shopping has to come after. It has to come after.
We'll have
or
to do it
else-
after.
or
Otherwise,
else
we will be building up shelves of books
Yes.
around us.
we gotta get coffee and talk, and then
Yes.
shop is after.
I liked that we were going to build up our podcast studio with books in the store. All right, so 2 p.m. at the Barnes and Noble in Alderman area. That one, right?
Yeah, it's 19.
New one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the new one. It's right by Trader Joe's.
Which
Danny
I haven't
knows
been to
where it
that
is,
yet
right?
either.
That's also
Okay.
dangerous. I get
Yeah,
it's
by
a
the parking
terrible
area,
shopping
like
plaza
on that way.
now. There's
What
a
else is
Michael's,
in there?
There's
a Mike.
There's a Michael's, there's a Barnes and Noble, and there's a Trader
Michael's?
Joe's.
Uh-oh.
Like, just
Gonna be a
take all
longer-
my money right now.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
because I'm gonna have to go to Trader
Oh.
Joe's after we're done at the bookstore.
I like the microphones.
Yeah, I got my live kit that I've only ever used 3 times.
So
That's
I like
very
that.
dangerous.
I like that Jerry's going to make us be more professional, Rachel. I'm excited to be more professional.
We're going for a ride.
I love it. Well, it's very exciting.
I don't know. Can you see it?
Oh, I like it. That's very
12 channel mixing board. The only thing I don't have is mic stands. I'll have to figure that out. I might be holding mics.
But we know how to do that. We're all theater people.
I got all the XLR cords. I've got. Yeah. I got us.
I'm excited.
Got a plan.
Yeah, I got to make sure that, now I got to write this down, that I have more Spilled Ink and Coffee show things to hand to people. Because I'm sure they'll be like, what are you people doing with microphones?
I'm going to go take the dog out before he disowns me as an owner.
Okay, guys, this was fun.
But I will. Fun.
Bye.
Yay, bye, guys. See you next month.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Craving bookish banter? Welcome to the Spilled Ink and Coffee Society. We're your monthly virtual book club. No assigned reading. Just bring a book you love and your favorite drink. Register now. It's free. Simply scan the QR code. It's all about stories, laughter, and connecting with fellow readers. So settle in, pour a cup of comfort, and let's spill some ink.